open your mind and journey through the cosmos of the universe. This is Bridging Realms with Dr. Jean Carlisle and False Freedom 691.
Welcome to another episode of Bridging Realms. I am False Freedom 691.
And I'm Dr. Jean Carlisle. We are on the road for this episode. We have traveled to Dallas, Texas for Alien Con, the convention put on by the team behind Ancient Aliens, which I'm sure many of our listeners know and love.
Yeah, I was a pretty big fan myself of Ancient Aliens until very recently.
Same here. We were big supporters of the show and very excited about Alien Con. Traveled here to Dallas, Texas. We are in our hotel room here at the La Quinta. We're at the La Quinta Inn. False got us a discount.
Yeah, GameStop corporate rate got us into this wonderful La Quinta.
Yeah, very nice. La Quinta, definitely a recommended hotel if you're traveling. Great for conventions and shit. But we ended up not getting into the con. They turned down our press passes.
Yeah, they invalidated our credentials. And guys, this is just another instance of the deletion of all our material, our blacklisting, what it's done to us.
Right. It feels a lot like we're getting shut out for the truth we expose, which makes me think, we're on the right path. And it's also making me feel like Ancient Aliens and that whole crew are possible government shills. Maybe they're jealous that we're getting some good scoops and having, this grassroots movement that we're having here with Bridging Realms. They're afraid we're going to move in on their territory, in disclosure. And I don't know what it is, but we got denied our press passes. And on principle, we are not going to buy tickets to this. We're high level researchers here. We're doing the work. We're not going to, buy tickets and go in like a normal random person, They should
be begging to suck our dicks to get us to come to Alien Con at all.
Right.
8 months ago they would have been. 8 months ago they would have been.
Right, they would have been until our content was all deleted, so it looks like we're, a new podcast or an up-and-coming podcast. I get that. They said they have a limited number of press passes to give out, but on the other hand, they can eat my ass, is what I'm saying, because they should have, let us in, because we're here, we're in Dallas now, we're recording the podcast from our hotel room, which we had set up to get some guests. We were hoping to get maybe some other podcasters or maybe some experts from Ancient Aliens. But now we don't want to associate with those people because obviously they don't want to associate with us. So from Bridging Realms, we're having to say, fuck Ancient Aliens, fuck Giorgio, fuck David Childress.
Yeah, fuck Diamond Dave.
Yeah, fuck John Greenwald Jr., he does great work with the Black Vault and Unsealed. Yeah. But, fuck that dude. We can make a show with Google Earth, too. And we will. We will make our own documentary. We've got a studio in the works with Bridging Realms to produce some high-level documentary content. And we will.
Yeah, and I will get that Google Earth show together as soon as they unban me. Sofia Vergara is going to drop the lawsuit. I promise you. Alright, so as you can imagine, we had all kinds of Alien Con content planned for you this week, and you're not going to get any of that now.
No, we've ditched all that, and we're not going to fucking talk about aliens at all. because fuck Alien Con. So we're going to do a conspiracy roundtable. False's idea to just kind of go off the cuff. You're going to get some raw, off the cuff Dr. Gene and False Freedom 691 because we're pissed about Alien Con, and we're going to talk about what we feel like talking about in conspiracy world.
Yeah, and we've got some exciting topics. Who's to say we won't go in depth more on them later, As you guys hear these round tables, think about the topics you really like and write to us on Twitter, write to us on Instagram, send us an email, leave us a voicemail.
Yeah, we always want fan interaction here. We want to talk with the Realmies, talk with you guys listening to us, and discuss these conspiracies. We're hoping to do some live episodes in the future where we're going to live stream and we want to talk with you directly. And we'll do more of these roundtable style episodes. This is the first one. You're getting off the cuff, raw and uncensored.
Yeah, and what's more raw and uncensored than our first topic, Jeffrey Epstein?
Damn, yeah. False gets to pick first, and he wants to go straight into one of the biggest conspiracies, in recent time. It's right into the pedo stuff.
Yeah, this is probably the most widely accepted conspiracy theory since probably JFK, to be honest.
Yeah, people came out of the woodwork after Epstein's supposed suicide. And I'm really hard on that. It is supposed, alleged suicide because there's a good chance it was murder. And False has kind of convinced me that there's a good chance he's not even dead.
Yeah, more than likely the guy's in Argentina right now.
Yeah, like they just faked this whole thing so he could get out and go live in secret.
Yeah, and if you hear a report about a pedophile in Argentina named Jeffery Epstein, you know where you're looking.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely, if he's down there, he's definitely chasing around some little girls. This whole Epstein thing, though, I mean, it's not hard to look at it and see how fucked it is. The dude just had an insane amount of cash, and he was a true testament to money can buy anything.
Yeah, he had his own fucking island, and had all kinds of weird temples and shit on the island, and just a really bizarre, like, sacrificial place that he could afford those luxuries with all that money.
Right, and it was fucking remote, so it's way out there. And he also had places in like 3 states. One of it, which was New Mexico. He had to register as a sex offender in other states where he had a house. So he was planning to live the rest of his days in New Mexico and impregnate as many women as possible with his seed.
Yeah, truly an American frontier romance story.
I agree. He, a lot of people saw him as kind of a, rich, wealthy, idea of a modern frontiersman. I guess he did a lot of real estate deals, which apparently got him into a fucking feud with Donald Trump. You know about this, right?
Yeah, they had a pissing contest over Mar-a-Lago. And Epstein was angry whenever Trump barely outbid him on the property. So Epstein was going to release Trump's tax information so everybody could really see that he's actually broke.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and so Trump sicked the CP police on him.
Holy shit. So everybody's blaming the Clintons for this murder, right?
Right.
Like, as soon as fucking Epstein gets suicided, everybody's all on the Clinton body count.
Right.
Which, we're going to do an episode. False really wants to do a Clinton episode in the future. I don't get as much into this political realm, but I'm willing to, for this. But a lot of people think the Clintons have murdered a lot of people, so it makes sense. But this theory here that Trump was going to get his tax returns released, that makes sense too. What would Trump do that though if, he's possibly on film at Epstein's island? Supposedly, from what I've heard on the internet, this island was pretty wired. There are a lot of cameras, a lot of microphones.
I think Trump sees himself as completely untouchable. I think that...
yeah, especially, I guess, the supposed P-tape is out there. We talked about that last week.
Yeah, nobody really even batted an eye that the P-tape now exists. And you think about some of the other situations he's encountered, he just flat out has not given a fuck.
Yeah, so, maybe it was something more. There's this ever talked about Hillary Clinton snuff film that's supposedly out there, and we're supposedly getting the P-tape first. I thought with all this deep fake stuff we were going to end up getting the Hillary tape, and the conspiracy theorists are all telling us that that's what deep fake's out there for, is so Hillary has deniability on her satanic ritual snuff film. I don't personally think it exists. False, I think, does think it exists, but he's also seen the P-tape.
I pound blue chews all night looking for the Hillary Clinton snuff film.
And I hope you find it, because that's a lot of blue chews and a lot of boner power. I know you have several windows open at a time, and most of them are like Hillary snuff film and stepmom stuff. But I award you for, and I commend you for the hours and hours you spend in the Bridging Realms offices in Studio 51, and even some of the time here in this hotel room that he spent researching. And sometimes you got to do a little healthy distraction with your researching, which for False is cranking down. So next up on this conspiracy roundtable, I want to talk about chemtrails.
Yeah, chemtrails are a really controversial subject.
Yeah, and this is a classic one. I feel like chemtrails have been around for a while. We've talked about it before, but you can't get the episode now, of course, because our shit got deleted. But we'll talk about it more probably in a future episode. But I feel like it's in the news a little bit because some of these scientists are openly talking about shooting stuff into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And we'll possibly have a future episode about climate change. I know there's different camps out there. False even teeters on thinking it's a hoax sometimes.
I am not teetering one bit. I 100% know it's a fucking hoax.
Okay, alright. So we're definitely going to have to do an episode in the future then, because I believe in the theory of climate change. I believe it is happening, and, False is definitely thinking it's a hoax. But there's these scientists wanting to shoot shit into the atmosphere to possibly deflect some sunlight, stop some of this global warming, or maybe get rid of some of the CO2 in the atmosphere and stop global warming. So they're openly wanting to shoot shit in the atmosphere. We know the government, the military, has done this back in wartime to fuck with radio waves and radar and shit like that. But people are thinking it's happening all the time. You can openly see these chemtrails.
More like chemtrails. Chemtrails, because they're coming out.
You've got a point there. They're kind of jizzing across the sky, right?
Right, and they're billowy and white.
Yeah, if you've ever seen the Shark Week footage of when sharks blast in the water, it's kind of like that. They just swim by and jizz real fast and just blast out. And I feel like that's what these planes are doing. They're flying over us. They're jizzing out this shit onto us. And who knows what it's doing. There's so many theories about what these chemicals are doing. Are they mind controlling us? Are they making us more docile, per se, and more susceptible to imagery or subliminal messaging?
Yeah, guys, and you can't believe a word out of Big Cum's mouth. Big Cum is going to continue to dump contaminated cum into the air and infect us with God knows what kind of diseases are carried in that cum.
You know, False, I really love the way you're presenting this. More people need to think about it this way. They look at chemtrails and they're just like, it's smoke, or it's fog, or it's vapor put off by these planes, and they just think of it as exhaust, you know, like we have exhaust from our cars, which is, you know, killing the planet, but they think of it as just harmless exhaust, and it's not. They need to think of it as cum. They need to think of it as this jizz that is being blasted out against their will, without their consent, onto their faces and heads and hair and bodies. You know? They're coming on us. They're coming on us all daily. I'm talking daily. Morning, noon, and night we're getting jizzed on.
It is a bukkake session in the earth.
Truly, a global bukkake is happening, and we as a people need to stand up and say we will take this cum no more. You need to tell us what's in it. What's in the cum? What are we getting blasted on with?
We'll have the snake flag. Don't come on me.
Yes, we are getting that out. That's going to be, once our website is up, that's going to be in the Bridging Realms store. Don't come on me. Get your chemtrails out of here. I'm very passionate about this subject. We are definitely going to get a full episode up in the future. Get the word out there, though, listeners, and let the government know, don't come on me.
Guys, next up, and I'm going to kind of surprise Dr. Gene with this one because it's just something we haven't covered yet. The Mandela Effect.
Wait, didn't we just do an episode over the Mandela Effect?
No.
It was like a month ago.
No, we haven't done the Mandela Effect.
I fucking swear.
Never in the history of the show have we done the Mandela Effect.
Let me check my phone. I'll fucking bring up our...
Yeah, bring up the feed, yeah.
I'll bring up our Apple Podcast page. And by the way, if you have Apple Podcasts or any other podcast app, whatever you listen to, you know, while I'm looking this up, just want to let you know, get on there and subscribe, rate us, give us 5 stars, share us with your friends, you know, get the truth out there. And I'm looking at our page right now, and got last week's episode with the Bell Witch.
Yeah.
Fucking... Yeah. Where the fuck is it? No way, dude. I swear we did Mandela Effect. It was like a month or 2 ago.
Do you, I don't know, I mean... You clearly remember the episode. You clearly remember things happening in the episode that we discussed. I mean...
Yeah, dude, I swear, it was like right around, like between, like, Deep State and Chupacabra, somewhere in there, like back in July. I swear we did fucking Mandela Effect. What the fuck, dude? You don't remember this? Like, fans, listeners, if you remember us doing a Mandela Effect episode, please message us, let us know. I remember this. I remember us covering the Mandela Effect. False does not.
No,
what the fuck?
we didn't do Mandela Effect. It never happened. I clearly don't see it among the episodes. We've never done it as a subject. It's just it's something we've always put on the back burner, and we just haven't quite made it to. And here we are, and we've not done it yet. All right, next up we have simulation theory, the holographic Earth.
This one's fucking nuts, dude. I'm gonna let False kind of explain this to you. It's fucked.
Yeah, basically, the theory goes that we all live inside of kind of a Matrix type world. So it's an artificial simulation. We're most likely part of a computer simulation, and it's just realistic enough to convince us that it's real, And things like, say, gravity, we see that as a rule of the world, And so when you go to different areas, maybe this rule isn't as strong, like the fake-ass holographic moon, doesn't have the gravity imposed on Earth, which would be part of the game's rule set.
So you're saying, like, if this was all holographic or some sort of computer simulation, the moon would almost be like that secret room you get into in the game through, like, a cheat code or something, and not all the game physics apply. And you can, obviously jump higher, run faster, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a testing ground. The last area you actually unlock on the newest Mario game is the moon. So there's all these just regular ass kooky planets, and then you go to the fucking moon at the end.
Holy shit. So could Nintendo be giving us a hint here? Do the programmers at Nintendo know something that we don't, right?
All of us at GameStop are pretty convinced that's the case.
It would make sense. They're on cutting edge of technology, They started this whole video game thing, which is essentially a simulation inside of a simulation,
yes.
If we are in a simulation.
Yes, the simulatees are creating simulations at this point.
That's fucking nuts, dude. And I understand. I mean, I've almost subscribed a little bit to, your fake moon theory. I know there's something up with it. It is not just a celestial body. I think it serves some sort of greater purpose than just this weird rock that reflects light and floats around us. I'm not sure if it's a hologram or not. If we're all holograms, it definitely is. If it's a Matrix situation, I definitely get it. Do you think in this simulation, False, are we programs? Would we be programs, or do we have a user like in Tron? Or are we organic bodies hooked into a Matrix type situation? Are we just like fucking meat batteries somewhere?
I think we're being controlled by slaves as punishment to power some unknown resource.
Damn, okay. That's a deep one there. Just powering some unknown resource. Do you think that in this simulation, or maybe part of powering that unknown resource is us fapping it? Do you think they have programmed us masturbating? Because humans do that so much.
I think that mine is definitely programmed to do that,
right?
And I also think that the slave controlling me isn't allowed to fuck.
Last up on our conspiracy roundtable for today is a popular but also controversial, very controversial theory, and it's about dinosaurs. There are some people, and I know a lot of people love dinosaurs. I fucking, especially as a kid, loved dinosaurs. But there's a theory out there that dinosaurs themselves are a hoax. Completely a hoax, that they're not real. Or that modern science has lied to us about what they were, you know?
Yeah, and a lot of people just want to see the real bones, you know, because what you see on display are not the real bones.
Right. I think that is a driving force behind this theory. I personally, you know, being a doctor, I believe that, you know, science has figured out as much as they can. They're still learning about dinosaurs, but what they're showing is their best guess and what they know. I've done a lot of research into these dinosaurs. I've seen all of the Jurassic Parks.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of dinosaur documentaries. I've gone to Jurassic Quest, that touring thing with the big animatronics. I took my niece to that, and very good production quality.
Guys, we also have plans to watch Theodorus Rex with Whoopi Goldberg, the 1994 straight-to-video film.
Yes, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. You know, maybe we'll have to do a bonus app for the Patreon, where we watch that movie and we review some media that is predictive or has some esoteric meaning in there, which that movie definitely does. So, a lot of people think that we're not, you know, we know we're not seeing the real bones. They are plaster casts. The paleontology community tells us that that's because the bones are too fragile, which I get, but I mean, they have lasted this long, you know.
Yeah.
But
they survived a dig with a pickaxe.
Right. Knowing humans, we probably would fuck up the bones somehow and, like, deface them if they were really on display. But scientists, paleontologists also got a lot of things wrong when they were first finding these, because they didn't know what the fuck they were.
Yeah.
Right? We didn't know what dinosaurs were. We were just finding these big-ass bones. So we think here at Bridging Realms that these dinosaur bones, these dinosaurs that we found, these animals, are really filling in a piece of history that we don't know why more people haven't put this together, that they're filling in. These dinosaurs were probably dragons.
Yeah, these dinosaurs were dragons. You know, not all dragons can fly. We've seen several examples of non-flying dragons.
Right. I mean, anybody can go right now with your own eyes, which we say, you know, some of the best proof out there in the world, especially with conspiracy culture. Some of the best proof is what you can see with your own eyes.
Yeah.
Right? Go to a fucking zoo. You can see with your own eyes a dragon. It is a Komodo dragon. It is small, but it has the general shape of a fucking dragon. It is called that by science, and it doesn't have wings.
Yeah.
It doesn't fly.
And I really feel like just every once in a while they have to be like, oh shit, we don't have anything else to make up about dragons. I don't know. Slap some fucking feathers on it. Say that it had feathers, and then it's not a dragon.
Right. And that
dragons
brings in,
don't have feathers.
That's right. So then, dinosaurs are a totally separate thing. They're not dragons. Dragons are still just a myth. Well, we're putting it out there that that's a conspiracy. The cover-up of dragons. They were real. They are not just mythical creatures. They were out there. I'm going to go, I'm a doctor, like I said earlier in the episode. I'm a man of science. But I'll go out there and say that, these stories we have of knights battling these great dragons, that fucking happened. I'm going to say that's not myth. That's not lore. One of the only reasons we think it's lore is because we don't have dragons. Guess what? They fucking slayed some dinosaurs. I'm not a creationist or anything. I think the Earth is much older than 6,000 years. But I also think that these missing links we have in time, man was around with some fucking dinosaurs. And they were just dragons.
I'll go on record with an alternate viewpoint. Carbon dating is fucking bullshit. We don't know how old that shit is.
I don't know about that. I'm kind of on the carbon dating train. My man False Freedom is not. He thinks it's bullshit. I'm going to go on the record and say that I see his point. I do think that it could be flawed. Science is always finding out new things. Carbon dating could be bullshit. I definitely think the Earth is old as fuck. That's my ruling from a man of science, a man who has a doctorate. So that's it for our Conspiracy Roundtable episode. We are planning to do more of these in the future. Obviously, this one came out of necessity because we had to ditch our format this weekend because Alien Con fucking sucks and it's run by cockasses. So we didn't get to go. And we are, very thankful though. We're here in the La Quinta. We're having a great time in Dallas. We are going to go home tomorrow though. We are, we can't afford, we're just going to cut our costs and not stay at this La Quinta. We have enjoyed our time though, and we're going to do more of these conspiracy roundtables in the future. I really liked this format.
Yeah, it was really great to be able to cover a wide breadth of topics. We bridged these realms and we got all this information out to you guys at once. It's kind of a brain orgasm we're giving you.
Right, a lot of different things, mixing it up for all your different interests, bridging those realms for those listeners that have interests in many different realms, Obviously, some people that aren't bridging realms and aren't interested in many different realms are Alien Con. They are apparently only interested in their own realm of bullshit. So they did not book us, and fuck them. They can suck our asses.
Yeah, they can fuck my ass.
Yeah, they can fuck False's ass. And if you run a con that you want to be actually respected and have some good quality shows, some good quality information put forward, book Bridging Realms, book False Freedom 691 and Dr. Gene Carlisle. We will come expose some truth at your con and instantly make it more credible than Alien Con. Fuck them.
Bridging Realms is a part of the Bridging Realms Network in association with the Bridging Realms Project, with additional support provided by Realmies like you.